Hello friends and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series. This is SimAirport, a brand new early access game that just came out about 5 or 6 days ago. This game is looks really interesting. It's a business simulator. You're trying to run an airport basically. It is very early access, so the features are somewhat limited, but there's still plenty of fun in here. I played for about 2 hours, and I watched some Let's Plays to see some other people play it, and I think there's a lot of interesting potential in here. So we're going to give it a shot. Do keep in mind this is early alpha. Um, there are bugs. Like there's no maybe there will be or whatever. There are bugs. We're going to run into bugs. Hopefully nothing that's going to cause too many problems, but one of the Let's Plays I was watching, basically he had to restart like every second episode. I'm hoping that I'm going to learn from their mistakes. But anyways, let's get going. So the first thing that happens here is we have all this staff that we don't need. We're going to spend all day rebuilding this stuff, and these staff. So these staff cost $100 an hour to keep around. We're going to spend about at least 12 hours, if not 24 hours, rebuilding the airport. So it only costs us $300 to fire them and $600 to rehire them. So that's $900. So we're definitely going to save some money by going ahead and firing the staff. Now the security, on the other hand, for some reason only costs $20 an hour. So it's $100 an hour for staff, $20 an hour for security. And it also costs $2,000 an hour to hire them. So we're not going to hire, or we're not going to fire any of the security. But what we will do is fire staff. And the janitors are super cheap. They're $10 an hour, so no worries there. But the staff we do need to get rid of. And that will save us some money while we are building. Okay, so we've got all of our security here. Now, the game does some weird stuff. It doesn't really set you up in the right way. This ticketing is in a weird spot, baggage claim. But the worst thing that they have going on is where they have security set up, and then also where they have these zones set up. Just awful. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to erase all these zones. And we're going to erase those zones. And we're going to erase the security zone. Great. Okay, so we are we're going to set up a wall here that will separate the secure area from the non-secure area. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zone. Where's the security zone? They're in alphabetical order. I need to remember that. Okay, so we're going to zone this as security. And this is where we'll put in all of our security stuff down here. And we're going to zone the baggage claim up here. Now, like I said, they put the baggage claim down here by default, but actually I think the better spot for it is up here. And you'll see why soon enough. And then we're going to put ticketing over here. Actually, I wonder if maybe baggage claim would even be better over here because they walk out here, right? And they could get their baggage claim. You know, I think I'm going to give that a shot. All right, so baggage claim right here. And I think 6x6 is going to be big enough. And then we'll do ticketing kind of up here, right near baggage claim. It doesn't need to be too far off. There we go, like that. All right, and we're going to escape. We're going to disassemble these, and we're going to disassemble these. All right, let's go ahead and unpause it so our workers can get to work. And we're going to install the ticketing desks over here. And I think that even for starting, I think the two of them ought to be enough. Oh, that's right. I got to set up the zones though for deliveries, because they're going to try to deliver stuff to us, and if we don't have it, we need to have this zone set up. This will be the drop-off where the passengers will be dropped off. Now if we have baggage claim there, well, the ticketing is up there, so we still want the drop-off up here. But I think I'm actually going to have the pickups I'll have the pickups be down here, and if we need to move them later on, we can move them later on. And then the garbage, I'm going to have the garbage down here just for like traffic flow, because I don't want the garbage truck to get in the way of people trying to leave. And then we're going to set the baggage claim like this. Now the reason I want the baggage claim over here is because we're going to run underground belts that will connect up to the baggage system. It seemed to be a pretty common mistake in the Let's Plays I was watching, is that people didn't really set up their ticketing desks properly. So ticketing desk, you see that blue arrow, that's where the baggage will go when you load it in at the desk. So we're going to put those there, and then we'll wait until they get installed there. And security, we're going to, we have the metal detector, and the metal detector needs to be set where the rounded, you see at the top there, it's kind of hard to see, but the one end is rounded and the other end is squared. So the rounded end is where people walk out. So we're going to put, and I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm almost 100% sure about that. So we're going to go ahead and, actually, we'll leave a little room for it. We're going to put those there. We're going to start with one just to make sure I didn't make a mistake. Security exit's going to go up here. Nope, security exit. There we go. So this is where the people will leave the secured area. And then we're going to have the bag scan, luggage scanner. Well, what is that thing called? I know it's just sitting around somewhere. I'm probably scrolling past it. Bag scanner. Okay, I was right. So we'll have the bag scanner. There will be one, and here will be the second one. So those are going to be like that. And that guy is standing on the right side of it, so that answers that question. All right, so we got this metal detector, have the rounded side. There we go, rounded side like that. And then we need to have a couple of ID check areas. ID check. GHID check stand. Great. Okay. And those are going to be like right here. And then we need to set up some queues for those. So we're going to go. Now, I'm still not 100% sure what the best way to do your queues are, but actually, I don't think you want them to start up at that area. I don't know for sure, but I feel like you need to have one square in between. So we're going to go up like this, and then this one is going to come out here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10. This one's at 7, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, and that's 11, so there we go. So they can go in there, and that will connect them up to there. Okay, we've got our ticketing things set up. So let's get the underground stuff set up. We're going to have utilities, conveyor line. So the conveyor line is going to go, well, I guess the first thing I want to set up is the baggage routing station. This will allow us to load stuff onto well, now I know why I had the baggage claim over on this side, because this is the outgoing side and this is the incoming side, and we can't have them like hop over. I guess I could have this one go over and around like that. I think it would be better to move it. So let's destroy that. Let's dezone that. One thing you definitely want to be aware of is if you wait till something gets built, you can destroy it and it'll go down into a little thing like that. But if you lay it down to be built and then lay down another one, it'll charge you for the second one, and the one that you laid down to be built will just like disappear. I don't think you end up with one sitting in your thing. So if you've designated something to be built, definitely wait until it gets built before you start taking it down. Now over here, we're going to set up 3 gate agents like that, and then we're going to set up 3 different queues. And I've played around trying to figure out the right way to have these set up, and I still haven't quite figured it out. So what I'm going to do is just have them going out like, and I think they worked when I had them all the way up to the desk like that. So we're going to do it that way. And this one will have to go like that. All right, so those each have 5. 3, 4. I kind of wanted to leave enough room for some chairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 6, 7. I think if I do this, they're about the same length. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Yeah, this one definitely needs to be longer. So I need to make that one shorter. I don't want to take up too much of this space down here though either. I think I'll go like that. Should be fine. And then this one, maybe like, wait a minute, that one was already too long, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this one definitely needs to be longer. Dang it. I don't know that it, excuse me, I don't know that it matters necessarily that they're all the same length. I feel like that it's important though. All right, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's, all right. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess that'll do. It does look really weird. All right, so we're going to get out of the queue thing. We are going to assign to that gate, and we are going to assign to... Now, here's another thing is... Okay, so we assigned the gate to all 3 of those desks, and then each desk can actually be assigned to multiple queues. So I've been trying to do that as well to see if maybe that moves people through a little faster. So I'm going to try assigning these to each of these 3 queues. There we go. And I've tried setting up like the queues for first class passengers. It didn't really seem to make any difference. Now, I'm sorry, but I really don't like the way this one goes. Okay, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's fine, 12. And I'm actually going to shrink this one down like that. Okay, so they all sort of open up right in here. That should be enough. These are all connected up to this gate, right? We've got security area set up here. These guys, same thing. We want to connect this stand to each of these queues. And then we want to connect this stand to each of those queues. Great. And let's get those belts. We need to have those belts laid down before we can open up. And that's pretty much the only... Well, that's not true. That's not the only thing that we have left to do because we still have to get the trucks going as well. And then you're going to come out this way. Now you can't have the belts running next to each other. Like they can run next to each other like this, but they can't be adjacent to one another. So that's why I had to keep those separated like that. Next up, we are going to throw in a medium hanger here because we're going to want to have a truck for the baggage claim, but we also need to have a fuel truck, so you need to have at least 2 trucks. A medium hanger is just as expensive as, it's actually less expensive than two small hangers, so that's a real benefit there. Up here, we are going to get these queues set up. Now, luckily, we don't need to, like these queues are pretty easy to set up. We're just going to go like this. We're going to go there. Whoops, I've already screwed it up because I don't want it to be adjacent. There we go. We're going to go like that and down like that. And then you'll do the same thing over here, I guess like that. There we go. And then we will assign to each of those, and we'll assign these to each of those. There we go. So those are assigned up. So we've got our ticketing, baggage, security, restrooms. These guys are busy building the gates and conveyors and stuff. We need to get some food set up in here. Objects, food vending. I was able to actually make a profit on the airport that I set up, so hopefully we can manage that feat here. I'm going to try to do something similar to what I had done with the test airport that I ran. I say make a profit in the sense that we had one day where I made like $1,000. So it's not like we made much of a profit, but it was a profit, you know. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, there's the ATM. Nope. There is the ATM, but I didn't click on it. There's the ATM right there. And then let's throw one of those electronic vending machines in there. People like those. Actually, I think, well, I am going to do that, but I'm going to turn that up here. Throw in a couple of those, and then I want to throw in a couple more food vending machines because people like food, that's for sure. 1, 2, and then we're going to put some the flight information. What are those things called? Flight info displays. Let's throw a couple of those up so people will know what's going on. Actually, I'm going to put them over here by the gate, and then I'll put one out here in the lobby, maybe over here by the ticketing area, and yeah, I'll put one over here. This is kind of the concession area, right? Seems like they're two-sided, so maybe if I do it like that. Let's put some garbage cans out. One over here, maybe one over here. And we definitely need some benches so people can wait. I like to put those. Now, I haven't really tested to see how the benches work exactly. Like, can you place them like back to back and have them still work, or do they need to kind of be spread out? My original one, I set them up over here like in the queue area, but I think that I'm going to want to use that for my second gate waiting area. We're going to find out. So we need to give these guys a chance to get caught up on all this construction. Yeah, but I'm pretty excited. This game seems like it's going to be really fun, and even with the early access and kind of you know, minor issues that it seems to have, they've been putting a lot of effort into fixing it. You can see it's been out 5 or 6 days, and you can see already. Okay, so info. I mean, everything is lit up green for info, so I guess that doesn't make any difference. Environment. That doesn't seem likely that everything is green environment, but you can see the security areas. So, anyways, I feel good that the developers are going to continue developing this game. They really seem active on the Reddit, yeah, I feel good about that. So I've just put in a baggage car and a fuel truck. I may put in another baggage car when we put a second gate in, which won't take too long. But I want to get flights going in our you know, what we've got before I start putting in additional ones. So we've got all our conveyor lines, so those are set up great. Security's all set up properly. Looks like the food's getting in there. So you know what? Let's slow it down. Let's schedule some flights. So oh yeah, that's right. Another thing I need to do is upgrade my runway to runway lights so we can have nighttime flights, because we're going to need to have as many flights as we can going through here. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. It's really expensive. It'd be kind of nice to save that $25,000 because it's going to cost us another $50,000 to put in another gate. I guess we don't quite need to staff up until we have all of our flights set up. I want to get these flights set up before the day changes. So aero time, they have morning. So another thing also, I don't want to take any planes that are going to carry 400 passengers. So let's stick to ones that carry like reasonable numbers of passengers. 707 carries 180. I guess we can deal with that. So there's an afternoon flight. We'll take that one. Here we have an afternoon flight into 707. That's still 180. Great. Pacific Airlines. Now, see, I don't want this night. Well, do I? I don't think it matters on per passengers, right? let's go ahead and take this little plane. I'd been avoiding them earlier, but I feel like we get paid the same based on the planes, and it doesn't really matter the number of passengers. If you know down in the comments, like I'm probably going to make all sorts of mistakes, so I'm prepared for that. But if you know, let me know down in the comments. I would appreciate hearing. But I'm going to avoid the 777 because it takes 400 passengers. 737 I can do with the setup that I have. So that's 4 flights to start with. We'll get those lights going, which will allow us to do nighttime flights. But I wanted to get the daytime flights for tomorrow set up before we, you know what I'm trying to say, before it became tomorrow, because I'm not quite sure how it decides to make the changes. But I feel like it's all based on like the next day. So we'll set all those flights up back to back like that. That'll give us till 10 a.m. before we have to worry about, we'll hire all of our staff and stuff at about 7 a.m. so that'll save us some money. Looks like we're pretty caught up on all of our construction and stuff. We still got $100,000. Let's put in some beautification. We'll throw in some bushes. Not quite sure exactly how these are best placed, but just throw them around. And we'll put in some other bushes just for variety. The game doesn't seem to recognize the difference between the different bushes, but I like to have some variety. That's right, I wanted to throw a couple of benches out here as well. There we go. Put one right there and another one. Well, it's not quite where I want it, but so now I want to wait until this gets built so I can disassemble it and then reassemble it after, so I don't lose it after it's been assembled. I guess we can turn that speed up. I know I just turned it back down. I'm debating whether I want to build that second gate already. I don't think there's a need for it with the, although with the flights kind of back to back like that, maybe we are going to need a second gate. I think that might end up being a problem. Can I get that done in time? So one thing about the airport gate is you got to make sure it's facing the right direction. The first time I built one, I put it in the wrong way, and luckily you can do the same thing with the airport gate. You can uninstall it and then reinstall it, and you don't have to pay for it again. So let's put in. Let's put in all the stuff we're going to need for this airport gate. We have a large sliding door. It's going to go right there. We're going to have three of those gate, what are they? The ticket gate agent desk. There we go. So we'll put 3 of those in there. Put in these queues. Now luckily I've already got those ones built over there, so I can kind of model them similarly. That one already went too far. What's that? 3, 6, 9, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugh. No. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go, that'll do. And we will put some benches down here. Maybe leave a little room for some plants, although that, oh well, we'll still do it. And that actually leaves some room over here where maybe we can put some more benches. And then we'll just need to assign these to connect to one another. And we still have several hours. I think the passengers are going to start showing up around 6 or 7 is probably when we're going to want to make sure we hire our staff. All right, so we're going to connect you up to there. there, and there. And then we're going to connect these each up to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so you guys should be set up. And we want to get those benches and stuff in. Turn that speed up. Everything looks like it's going to be working properly. Did we get those lights installed? Looks like we did. So we could actually go ahead and bring into some more of these flights. 707 is a reasonable flight. Yeah, we'll take that one. Over here, nighttime 737, 767. Alright, let's do the 737, but I'm going to hold off on the 767. And this one we've already accepted against my better judgment. Over here, this one must have a bunch of night flights. Oh, nope, 777 I don't want to do. 195, oh yeah, that one's good. And 767, 250, let's hold off on that one as well. Alright, let's close that up. Let's take a look at our schedule. Looks like everything is kind of packed up pretty tight, which is just fine. So we've got a fairly solid schedule here. Let's let a couple more hours go by, and then we'll bring in the rest of our staff. All right, let's wait until after 5 o'clock, and then I'll start bringing them in. I don't think it's going to drop any passengers off. Okay, now let's go staff. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and security 1, 2, 3. I'll bring in another janitor, and that should be it. Whoops! I know I keep doing that. All right, let's so everybody gets to their stations. Janitor's looking around, trying to find some dirt to clean up. These guys are waiting. These guys are all ready for passengers over there. Ready to take some money. Now all we need is passengers drop off, right? Drop off, delivery, pickups, garbage. All those are set up. We still have $66,000 in the bank. Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems I see people doing is they expand out their airport. And that is so expensive. Like, I made a small expansion on my first test one. It was like $50,000, and I was like, "There's got to be a way where I'm not spending that money." And sure enough, there was. Was that first flight? Oh, I think the first actual scheduled flight is noon, right? I can see. How do you see the? There we go. Today, yeah, that one's going to arrive at 10, so I should be getting passengers in for it any time now. There we go. Hello, passengers. Oh, you know what I need is ticket kiosks. Is that what they're called? Ticketing kiosk. Yeah, definitely need those. Not that there's a not that there's a big long wait or anything to get to there, but we definitely want to have that going. Alright guys, normally my episode would be over by now, but we're going to go a couple of minutes over. We'll wait until we get our first flight out of here, and then we'll call it an episode. If you are new to my channel, if you came here to check out this series, I hope you'll check out some of the other series that I do. I play RimWorld quite often. I have a lot of those on there. Right now I'm also playing Software Incorporated and Oxygen Not Included. I have some older series. There's a Transport Fever and Factorio I just wrapped up, and anyways, I make videos every day, and I hope you will come back and enjoy some more of them. I appreciate anybody leaving comments down below. I really like hearing from people. This is really fun for me. This is like my social outlet, so I really want to hear from you guys down in the comments. And I really appreciate everybody who subscribes and watches all of my videos. So there's my little end of the video sales pitch, but the video's not quite over yet. It's getting close though. Okay, we've got money coming in. That doesn't really mean anything. But let's see. Oh, so our first plane is this little tiny plane that's not going to really hold anybody. 8 passengers, I guess, is all that. It seems weird. But everything seems to be flowing smooth. Can we assign these to... No, you can't assign those to queues, so it'd be kind of nice if we could have a queue for the ticketing kiosks, but whatever. And once again, the loading is so weird on these. Like, they never want to load up in a timely manner. Everybody always ends up being late. But we got all 8 passengers loaded up onto that plane. And it's going to take off. I say it's going to take off. There we go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you will come back for the next episode, which will be up very soon. I'll see you then. Bye.